Today, from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, this is the National Football League.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started.
And we are underway from Kansas City.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady.
And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. Breaks through the contact. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in.
Well, CD, you get these two teams together and you get them each at full strength, and you know you're going to see some passing. We expect to see the ball in the air a lot as this game goes on.
Yeah, they were number 1 and number 2 in the NFL in passing yards last season. Kansas City 1, Tampa Bay 2, which means both defenses hope they got their rest, because going against these offenses, throwing the ball around and spreading the field, you're going to do a lot of running trying to cover. All quarterbacks are better when they have clean pockets to throw from, but you give one to Tom Brady, he'll decimate a defense. A really nice job there by his offensive line, giving him the protection to survey the field and make a nice, accurate throw. When this Bucs offense is humming, this is what they're good at. Those short to intermediate passes. They get the ball out quickly in rhythm, and it's a tough offense to slow down when they're playing well.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. He showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Leonard Fournette.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And it's now a 7-0 game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette.
From the 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll run for the first time with Jerick McKinnon. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flushed out right. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a big play there for the Chiefs.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. On the slant, he's got Hardman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Here's McKinnon. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Well, Charles, there's something that the Chiefs did not do at all in Super Bowl 55, and that's find the end zone, but they're in for 6 here.
Yeah, they could only come up with 3 field goals in that game. A huge surprise to just about everybody out there. But in this one, on the board early compared to the last time they played against this team.
Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
Taken at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a carry for Bernard. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Well, Charles, you think about these 2 teams, and think about how long it's been since we've had the same 2 teams play in the Super Bowl back-to-back years. You have to go back to the Cowboys and Bills almost 30 years ago in the 90s. That's the only time that it's happened in the Super Bowl era. So I'm curious, what kind of chances do you see him as having a Kansas City-Tampa Bay Super Bowl in L.A. come February?
Well, you just pointed out how difficult it is for one team to get back to the Super Bowl, let alone the same 2 teams to play against each other. So the odds are against them, but when we tell either one of these teams they can't get back there, we think they're 2 of the best in the league. It shouldn't surprise us if it happens, but it is going against historical precedent. But remember last year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they won the Super Bowl in their own stadium. The only time that's happened in Super Bowl history, too.
And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady. He drops it off for Bernard. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw is Brady.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens.
And the Chiefs are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. He'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 48 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone.
And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Grab throw by Brady, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Brady now to throw. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Brady, and he finds Gronk. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Brady to throw again. And he's got Gronkowski yet again. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
The throw there by Brady intended for Gronkowski, but incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Brady's throw taken in by Evans here.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. And in for the Buccaneers his touchdown. Tom Brady with a touchdown pass to Chris Godwin. And the Buccaneers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead is down to 2. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with a 2-point lead in hand, they may not do anything too aggressive here.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. It's Hill. Complete. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. On play action, it's Mahomes. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final shot before the half for Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair. And he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I'm like, oh, never mind. 3rd quarter action now. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the 3rd quarter.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. Gets this one to Hill. And down to the 20. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes throwing on 4th. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Mahomes now on first down.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. And this Bucs defense, you remember, pretty stout last year, the number 6 overall unit in the NFL.
And I think that as the season wore on, and you pointed this out to me as well, you start to see some of their rookies begin to figure things out. And they played a little more like a top 2 or 3 defense down the stretch. And I would say that in the playoffs and through the Super Bowl, they were truly the best defense in the NFL.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen. That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. Man open is Robinson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Mahomes will throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Brady will try again on 2nd down. Evans has it left side. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team.
Hardman on the return. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return.
And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Escaping the pressure right. Catch is made by Hardman. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 17-yard line. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now it's Mahomes again. Locates Hardman for another catch. A gain of 6 there on first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
2nd down, McKinnon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jerick McKinnon with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Back now comes Tampa Bay. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now this throw caught left side, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw pulled in by Gronkowski.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot defensively. How do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver. Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. To throw, it's Brady. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Now Brady got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. But they'll start the drive here with an end around. They juked him, and he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And this one goes nowhere, losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Brady now on 1st down. And that'll be caught by Darden. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Again, it's Brady. Touchdown! That's caught.
Tom Brady with a touchdown pass to Chris Godwin. And the Buccaneers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the Chiefs have got it. And with that, they should have a victory as well. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting